Hello everyone. I guess we are live. I'm just waiting to see the feed on YouTube. Um, Once I get it, I'll start playing chess. I think it's all there. Yeah, I see it now. Small lag, but it's all good. So today I'll try to play some puzzles, and maybe we can see how far I can do in puzzles, like how many puzzles I can solve. Um, yeah, and Karthik, you say I'm mute, but I'm not on mute, right? Oh, Neef Patel says he got 39 in 3 minutes rush. That's very cool. You guys can hear me, right? I'll just type in. Um, I hope you guys can hear me pretty well. I see that it's live. Um, and the mic is actually sending output. Yeah, you can hear me, yeah? Okay, Karthik, I don't know why you said mute. For what reasons? But okay. So let's see. I don't think there are many people online right now to play Blitz or Bullet. So let's solve some puzzles. Let's do some puzzles. I'll start with some puzzle rush. And then do survival. Let's see how far I'll get in survival, but I'll warm up with some puzzle rush. I'll enable the tuk tuk sound. Yeah, I think it's enabled. Just to make sure all good. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'll do 3 minutes puzzle rush first. Fine, queen d on checkmate. Queen e4. Knight f3. Rook h2 checkmate. Rook g8 check. Rook g8 checkmate. Queen e5. Queen h8. Queen g8. Queen g5. Bishop b5. Bishop d7. Bishop g4 takes the queen. Rook g2 checkmate. Knight f3. Queen d4. Knight f6. Knight d7. Queen c6. Queen c3. Okay, let's take the queen. Queen f1. e2, rook d1 takes, all good. Knight e2, knight g3, king d6. Check, takes, should be winning. Check, takes. Okay, takes. f4, f3. Oh, I should have taken the pawn there. Uh, that was a mistake. Check, check. Queen a8, deflect the rook. d2, bishop a4. Knight d4, rook d4, rook d1 takes the queen. Queen e4 takes bishop f4. Rook f8 checkmate. Rook d7 takes the queen. Rook e2 takes queen e8. Bishop c3, bishop d5 wins. Okay. Rook f5 takes rook b5. Check. Take the queen. c1. King g6. Okay. G5 wins. Okay, queen g4. Knight h6. Rook f7 wins. Rook f2. Okay. Check takes. Queen f4 checkmate. Where are the pawns going? This is okay. Okay, I didn't understand the position. Oh, okay, okay. Not. Yeah, I should do survival. I should do survival. Maybe I should do again one more. I'll do one more. Try to now. I'll try to get maximum. Maybe cross 40, and in the next one, then I'll do survival. Okay, let's do puzzle rush again. Puzzle rush is fun. Puzzle rush is fun. Okay. Let's see how far I can go. It's been long. Let's see how far I can go. Queen f7. Checkmate. Oh, okay. Mm, mm. Now it's all about speed. I'm playing for the speed right now. If I don't talk, it helps the speed in some way. Mm. Okay. Block this. Queens. Check. Okay. Um, okay. Speed, speed, speed. Let's go. Let's go. Uh, okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Mm, pre-move. Have to play. Okay, two takes. Okay, that's a win. Should this takes this rook. Check. Oh, I pre-moved there. Crap. Why did I pre-move? They also put tricks actually. To avoid pre-moves. Mm, okay, just give up everything. Mm, okay, okay, I should play this. Uh, okay, what is this puzzle? Okay, I got that wrong. Mm, okay. Mm, uh, E3 does not work. Queen F6. Okay. Uh, okay, 39. Okay, let's little bit slow. Can be faster. Uh, I should see if my settings are right. Animations, I should keep none. Okay. I had animations as medium. Thanks, Neve, for that suggestion. Maybe it was taking some seconds due to the animations. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, so I can try to play and do survival. What would you prefer? Survival is like basically you get unlimited time to solve the problems. Uh, but Puzzle Rush is more fun, but I think you might not learn a lot from it because it's so fast, it's happening so fast that there's no time to think. Um, okay, let's see if somebody's online. Okay, Puzzle Rush, Survival. Okay, let's do Puzzle Survival. Uh, okay, Survival, Survival. Okay. Uh, Simple. First one is simple. Rook d1 checkmate. This is also back rank mate. Checkmate. Oh, I'll remove this. I'll have those animations now. So rook e1 is checkmate. Uh, King at 7. Just take the bishop. This queen is hanging for free, so you take it. I can take this pawn, take the rook, and then attack this. Check, takes. Okay, now I can play queen b1 check. He'll bring the king here. Then I bring another check. King f3. then bring my queen. That makes sense. So if you notice, all of the puzzles are like very forcing moves. So when you're trying to solve yourself, just look at the forcing moves. That helps a lot. So this is a pawn. This knight is hanging for free, so I can just take it, right? Oh, it's white to move. Oh, it's white to move. Okay, this one is good one. You can easily solve it. So wait, this is a pawn. It's white to move. So I think I can just give a check. No. Okay, that was too simple. Now I can give a check, attack the king, and attack the bishop. This seems to be winning. Check captures threat, guys. Check captures threats. This is also simple back rank mate. Just give a check. King will move here. Then you give another check. Rook will take your queen. You take the queen. GG. This one is also simple. So here you can't give a check, but the idea is simple. You just attack, and that's basically the threat part. Check captures threats. So if I capture this, he will just take it back, and I don't really get anything. So I can just play rook e6, threaten to take this bishop. He will defend it, and then I'll play d7 as a decoy, and that wins for me. So check. Okay, he just gave a bishop. Okay, now it's a check, and I have a couple of options where all I can move. If I play king to e3, he can give a check, and then my queen is pinned. So that's not good. If I bring my king here, he will take my pawn, sorry, with the queen and attack my king. So that leaves only one square where I can go, is to go king c3. He'll give check, then I'll hide my king behind his pawns. So it's a good idea in general to hide your king behind the pawns, enemy's pawns. Yeah. Okay, this is very standard back rank mate. So you take the rook, knight takes the queen, and rook e8 is a checkmate. Again, this is a threat, so I'll let you guys solve this one. Number 14. Hi chat, yes. I'm reading all the messages right now. Going through the messages. Shirish, generally it's not advisable to have double pawns. You should avoid it most often whenever you can. Um, yeah, chat is fun. Yeah, this one is easy. Yeah, just play rook c3, attack the queen and the bishop, double attack, and that wins the game. So takes rook a3. This one is also simple, forcing moves now. Just I take the pawn on f7, attack the king. The king has to move. Then I take the knight, which is basically defending the queen, and then I can take the queen in the end. So check, king moves here. I take the knight with a check. He has to take back and queen d4. I win a queen in the end. This one is pretty straightforward. I just take the rook and then take the knight. I don't see any problems. Very straightforward. So you take. He's attacking my queen. I can move it, but then his bishop will come to defend this knight, which I don't really want to allow. So I think I should take the knight. Queen takes, rook takes, rook g2 check, and it's winning. This one is also simple. I just play b6, attack the rook, attack the knight, GG. Double attack. This one is also simple. So this is not a check. You just have to do captures. So you utilize the pin. You take the rook. Black has to take my queen. Then you take the queen in the end. Am I going too fast? Or should I go a bit slower? Let me know. So this one is also pretty standard. So he has taken the knight on d4, attacking my bishop and my knight. But what we can do is we have to take the bishop first, so that it gives a check on the king. and he has to take back, and then we capture his knight. So the move order is important here. So you just take the bishop, queen takes, and you take the knight on the next move. Go slow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go slow. Cool, cool, cool. I'll go slower. Um, just so immediately when I see this position, I see that I can take the pawn, and his only logical move will be to take it back, and that leaves the square. So I can bring my bishop here, attack the queen and the rook at the same point. So this just wins. So I take. Uh, did it lag? Am I back? I think I'm back right now. BSNL again disconnected, which is a pity. Uh, yeah, refresh, guys. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Uh, yeah, all good, all good. Okay, so let's see. That was like usual, like every other stream. Nowadays it's not even a surprise that BSNL goes down at the most random moments. Okay, this one we should just check it. So I can't take this knight because it's pinned. So what I have to do is take this bishop first. If he takes my queen, I take his queen. And if he takes my knight, I take his bishop in the end. So this is simple. Now I can take his queen. He'll take back. I'll take back with the knight. All good. This one is again simple because the only thing which you have to do here is uh, okay, think. Uh, basically, there are no checks. You can only capture right now. There's no way you can even threaten something. So you take this knight, okay? He will take the rook. You take the rook. He will take the rook again. It's all over. But you give a check in the end. Like you give a check on d1. Queen has to go back. Only way to defend the king. Then you give another check and you attack the knight as well. And that's how you win. Oh, okay. He just takes the knight. I gave such a big calculation and for no reason. Mm. Okay, this one is also simple. You take the bishop. I like how chess.com fools the streamers sometimes by playing the wrong move. So I can take this bishop right now. He'll come with the rook to d7, attack the bishop, and then I'll just play rook c6. Easy peasy. Okay, this one is very cute. This one is very, very cute. There are multiple ways you can capture the rook, capture the bishop. You can take with the rook, with the queen. But the fun fact is, if you take with the pawn, you also support this pawn, and the queen on d5 is actually trapped. It doesn't have a square. Um, so just take the bishop, and the queen was trapped. So now it's simple capture. Rook takes queen. This one is also nice position. I'll let you guys solve it. Let's see how fast you can get it. Let's go. Let's go, guys. No Among Us. I'll clearly be playing chess for a couple of days. I have a tournament on 25th. So, yeah, I think calling it cute is better than calling it easy. Cute over easy. Yes, guys, you got it. Yes, rook h8 check. Because then the bishop has to take it. It allows you to give check with this rook. King goes to e7. And then rook e8 is a checkmate. The king is trapped. So always think about checks first. Again, a check, check, and it's checkmate. This one is also nice. So basically, here you can't give any check. They don't make any sense because you'll just take it. There are no captures available, so it only remains that you give a threat. And how can you do it? Yeah, collab with Nakamura coming after the tournament for sure. I'll speak to him. No, 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 don't play f6. F6 would be a huge blunder because you give up your queen. But the idea is correct. You have to give checkmate. I mean, you're a rook down. If you push the pawn, which the idea of checkmate, he will just take the queen. That's the problem. Yeah, yeah. Rook g2 is the move. You have to threaten checkmate, and you bring the rook in the attack, threatening checkmate on g7. And there's no way black can defend. So he gives a check. We just run with the king. He plays f6. That he's defending against the g7 square, but it allows us to give a check on g6, and that's checkmate. So you again take a pawn, and the rook is hanging, and it's a checkmate. This one is just like a one move tactic. I think all of you will get it. There are no checks, but you can. Okay, I'll just give that as a clue. I'll just give that as a clue, and then I'll wait. Oh yeah, that was a good puzzle. Last one. Yeah, yeah. Take the bishop with the rook. That's the solution. He can't take back because then the queen is hanging. Yeah, easy. So it was again check, capture, threats. Only these three things. This one is a good. This one is a good one. This one is a good one. It will test your calculation skills. Let's see. Let's see who all can get it. Guys, this is Unacademy Chess India, and I don't know why you're saying call Alexandra. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But that's fine. Uh, yeah, usually you want to bring your king and take this pawn. But the issue is that if you go with the king, he'll put his knight on c4, control the square. So you have to plan it first. So I told you the problem. The problem is the king can't go because the knight comes here. The solution is very simple if you think according to that. Yes. So first you take the knight because even if you give a check with the bishop, he will just move the king. And the problem of knight coming to c4 is always there. So just take the knight and come with the king and easy. This one is very standard. This one is very standard. So let's see. I'll not give any clue for this one. I'll not give any clue for this one. Yeah, I'll be streaming tonight on my channel as well. Yeah, I will be doing that. Veresov attack is good. You can definitely play it. It's nothing harm, no harm in that. Queen h6 would be like a normal move, trying to give checkmate. But the problem is he's going to queen himself. Okay, so we can't be slow. We have to really play fast because it's going to be check. He's going to give us check here with his queen. We don't have time, so we have to look at only forcing moves. After queen h6, he has a lot of options. So that's why what we have to do is take the pawn on h7, king takes the queen, and then rook to h3 and checkmate. Rook h3, king has to go back, rook h8, checkmate. So always try to see the forcing moves. Okay, rook d8 played. Um, okay. Mm, even I'm thinking for this one. I see that if, when there is a pawn on f6, usually you should bring your queen to g7 to give a checkmate. So I'm thinking, what is the best way I can do that? Or is there something better even? I can't put slow mode. I can't put slow mode at all. I think I got this one. Um, but I'll still think anyways. Good to double check always how to play. I think I should just bring my pawn in the attack. Like if I play h5 and then take this pawn, to me it looks like the most sensible way. I mean, I suppose. Uh, I guess h5 could be the way. I don't know. Because how else to attack? Because if I bring my queen, he will also bring his queen and start attacking me. So, okay, let's play h5. Yeah, that was the move. Now I take this pawn, queen d2. Okay, it's a check, and I can stop it with knight or the rook. Usually, it's better that if you bring your rook because it attacks his queen as well. Then he'll move queen to h6. Then I'll take this pawn. I think that's winning. Yeah, he's attacking my pawn, so I should just take it here. Um, yeah, win, guys, win. That was simple. Yeah, usually you should play the most forcing moves. So right now, I see that he's going to queen, yeah? And I can't like really play any slow moves. Slow moves would be like, okay, bringing the knight back, trying to defend the pawn. That's out of even consideration. So the first move I see is this check, but that does not work because his bishop can take the rook. Then I have to think, how can I give checkmate to this king because it doesn't have many squares. So I bring my rook to a1 and I see that after rook f1 it should be a checkmate. I don't see how he can defend it. Even if he queens, there's no real defense there. So rook a1 seems to be the move. Okay, he gives up the bishop, but the checkmate is unavoidable. Yep. Uh, okay. So this looks like a position from the Sicilian defense. Mm, and I feel my instinct says that I should go for the king. I should go for the king, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. Like just take the pawn. I'll give up a bishop, but I'll get an attack in the end. Like put my knight, bring my queen. It's a very standard idea in Sicilian. So if you're playing this, always keep an eye out. If you can give a check, king, and then you attack with the knight. So you basically provoke black's king. So bishop h7 should be the move in my opinion. Yeah, he's bringing his king, attacking the knight. And the most standard idea is to play queen to g4, pinning the king. I think that's just the way. Yeah, this wins. Oh, wow. I think this one is nice as well. Yeah, it's called a Greek sacrifice. Indeed, it's called a Greek gift. Here, he just took with the pawn, and I think we should always think about the drawback of the last move. So if we play e5, we attack the rook and the knight. So double attack. I think that's the way. E5. So he's attacking my queen, but I can play f3, attack his bishop and the knight. So it's just GG if I do this. Yeah, take the knight, win. Okay, so many options now. He has given a check. If I bring my king to c7, he will give another check and take my queen. So that leaves me with only one move to put king on e7. I suppose, yeah, I don't see any other way. So he takes my pawn. I think I should take with my queen. G4. Okay. Okay. I have to give him a checkmate. So I have to bring my queen in the game. And the only square from which I can go for the queen is by playing queen f6 probably. And take this pawn. Yeah, I think this is the way. He gives a check. Okay, let's see if you can find the last move. Okay, this is important. You have to consider your opponent's ideas to find the last move. Yeah, I will try to bring Anish once he's back from his hibernation. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, guys. King to e6 is the only square where it's safe, because if you bring it back, he will give check again. But if you put the king on e6, there are no checks. And now you can just take the rook. Okay. I'll wait for you guys to solve this one as well. Um, this is very standard. We already solved a puzzle like this before. Um, yeah, I see that. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, the internet disconnected pathetically. Uh, but now I'm back. Sorry about that. This is Yeah, it's just internet issues because it's raining kind of outside. That's why. So sorry about that. It's not in my hands. Hopefully it should work fine. Uh, okay, so the idea here is simple. You give up the queen, because when the rook comes to f7, there's a back rank mate which can't be avoided. Then you give rook to d8. So you play queen f7. Now rook d8 is a back rank checkmate. So you take the bishop, and you take the knight as well. Okay, all right. Let's see what's happening. This one is good one. I'll wait for you guys to solve it as well. In the meantime, my internet will disconnect again. But anyways, let's see if you can solve this one. This is slightly tough, but if you see it, you can immediately get it as well. But it's slightly tough, okay? Yeah, the rook was pinned in the end. Yep. Um, I hope there's no lag right now. Yeah, I don't see one. So, any ideas, guys? What will you do? What would you do? It's black to move, and you can't give any check. You can't capture anything. There's only one way right now. The only way is to threaten something. So, what can you threaten? Let's go by elimination. Like, you can't really remove the rook. Queen also only attacks this. All the squares of the knights are covered. The bishop is stuck here. The rook is stuck here. That leaves only the pawn. So, one by one, this pawn is also gone. This also does not work. You can play a6, try to attack this knight, but it will just go back with the knight. That doesn't make sense. So, by method of elimination, we find that we can push this pawn, d5. He will take, and then we can push the e pawn, attacking the rook and queen. Um, you will only get this easily after a while when you practice and solve more puzzles like this. And yeah, now the queen is gone. Easy peasy. Okay, this one is a good one. This one is really a good one. If you can solve this quickly, that's really good for you, because it has a very pretty idea. So let's see the position. So you can see that this knight is already not defended. Okay, that's the clue. Uh, and you're a piece down. So you cannot consider moves like bringing back the bishop. You have to think a little bit aggressive. Usually, rook to e8 would be a great move because it would attack the queen, and if the queen moves, you take the knight. But once you play rook e8, he'll just take with the rook, so that does not work. So what you do is that the queen is defending this knight on f6, and you stop that defense by putting a rook in middle. So you put the rook on e7, stop the defense, and now the queen is free. You take the queen, take the knight, GG. Uh, this one looks pretty straightforward to me. I guess this looks pretty straightforward. Forcing moves. Always think about forcing moves first. That's the way. most of the time the puzzles, the solution of the puzzles is straightforward. That was a nice one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think the only way is to like give a check on the king. Um, I mean, I don't see any other idea. So let's give a check. He goes back bishop g3, and now you can take the rook, king takes, and then you take the knight. Pretty straightforward. Okay, now we have to think because we have options. So our bishop is attacked. We can't give any check because he will just capture it back. So it remains that we can just move the bishop back. So let's play bishop f8. Yeah. Okay. I'll wait for you guys to solve this one as well. Mm. Now, yeah, if you see it, you see it. It's like you will see it instantly most of the time. You have to compare between two moves right now. So it's always good to make a list of the candidate moves in such positions. Mm. Yes, queen b3 check, queen b3 check. That's the move. Because if you take with the knight, he can go to c2, okay, and then his king is kind of safe. But when you play a check, queen b3, you attack the king and also threaten to take the knight. So he has no real good way. So now you can take with the queen again, check, and that's all. This one is also good. This one is also good. Uh, Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. So right now you should see that we are a piece down, but we have this beautiful pawn on b6, and that's our main advantage. So we can either give a check, but his king will go to g7, and I don't see any continuation. Uh, but what we can do is first give this pawn b7, forcing him to take with the rook, and then we give a check. And even if the king moves, then we take the rook. So only because this direct check does not work, I'm giving him a bait with b7. So let's play b7. Now his rook is it was a bait, so we give a check, king moves, and we take the rook. Mm, okay, so this one requires a bit of calculation. Yeah, this one requires a bit of calculation because you have two options right now. Uh, you can either push the pawn and go for a queen, or you can give a check first, push the king back, and then go for the queen. So what is better? Let's calculate. Let's think. Let's think. Thinking is sometimes good. Okay, I think you should just push the pawn. Uh, if you push the pawn, he will push his pawn as well. We give a queen. He will also queen, and in the end, it's important to see that we have a check on c8 with the queen, attacking the king as well as the rook. Oh, not like that. Attacking the rook as well. Because if you give a check, the king just goes back, and what's the point of it? What's the point of it? So just by comparing the two moves, I think b7 has to be the move because we win the rook in the end. Yeah, we put the queen. Now very important to give a check with the queen, attack the king and the rook. Okay, that was good. That was good. Yeah. Um I don't know what is my IQ, which you have asked in the chat. I probably, when I took that online test, it was somewhere around, not definitely not 220 IQ, but somewhere around 130 to 140, I think, somewhere around that. Okay, where are the pawns going? Okay, wow. He's threatening checkmate here. He's trying to queen. So this is not going to be simple. I can't put background music, guys. This is not my channel. So I won't have the permission. I'm teaching on Unacademy chess. So this is the I if I put a music, it will get a copyright ban. So I don't want to do that. Okay, how do we do? Oh, now I get this one, guys. This is epic. This one is epic. Try to solve it. This one is epic. So the thing is, if you take a queen, if you make a queen, he will give a check, okay, and that's not good. We should not allow him to queen with a check. So how can we stop that? Forcing moves. Even if you make a knight, okay, he can just move the king. That doesn't really stop the threat of f1 queen. So there's a very very epic idea where you like basically give everything but still win. So you can give a check with the rook. King takes rook, okay? Because if the king moves, then you cover this square. So that doesn't make sense. He has to take the rook. And now we can give a check again with the queen. So the king has to take it. And then we give another check with the queen. Okay, that's the move. Okay, GG. Yes, forcing moves, guys. Forcing moves. Always forcing moves. This one is very, very straightforward. You give a check. Oh my god, that was a thunderstorm kind of like. Did you hear that noise? The crackling noise? That was insane. Uh, Crazy thunderstorm. So I give a check with the king. I think you can solve this one. It's pretty straightforward. Uh, we have an extra pawn here, which we should just capitalize. So just we play g4. He will take the pawn, and this our pawn will just queen. So let's play g4. He plays king to e3. We can just take it, or we can push g3. Let's think which is a better way to do it. I think we should push g3. Yeah, g4. Right. Okay. Uh, yeah, it was a like some kind of a lightning and thunderstorm kind of stuff. Unexpected in October end, but yeah, the weather is anyways messed up. Okay, okay. How to do this? What a crazy position when you look at it. Hmm. I think I got it. I think I got it. It's about forcing moves again. Is Samay really raiding or it's a fake raid? Is Samay raiding? Oh wow. I think it's Samay's Discord raid probably because I don't think he's streaming. Uh, Thank you, Samay. If it's your Discord raid, thank you. Okay, all good. It's a fake raid. I have no clue what's going on. Even if it's fake, it's no harm in, thanking someone. Anyways, so what we can do is give a check with the queen. His king has to move to e2, and there we have only one move. Again, check on g4. We'll push the pawn. We give another check. Queen blocks the check. We take bishop f3 in the end, and it's winning. Check. So now this check is important to see. Bishop f3. His queen can't move because it's pinned. And now we capture the queen. King takes queen, and we take the rook in the end. GG. Forcing moves always. Okay. Guys, the raid was enough. Hmm. What to do here? What to do? Hmm. Okay. This one is a puzzler. I feel like he has so many pieces attacking me that I should just capture one of his bishop. He will take my rook and then I go with my queen and try to give checkmate on the next move. I feel I feel like that's the way. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Be daredevil. So you take this pawn. Okay, now the king is running away. But it's a simple what do they call this? A skewer? I think it's a skewer. So we give a check to the king and then we capture the rook in the end. Yeah. So 45 so far without any mistake. That's good. Mm. Okay, this one is very nice. I'll wait for you guys to solve it. Mm. This one requires a little bit of foresight. Uh, this one requires slightly for you to have some imagination. So directly when you see, you have one check, but after king moves to h8, there's not really further continuation if you look at it. It doesn't look so simple. If you try to attack the queen, it almost feels that it's trapped the queen, okay? But then our bishop is hanging. So we have to combine both the ideas. Give a check and trap the queen. So first we give a check, king goes to f8. Now we bring the rook to d3 and trap the queen. He plays bishop f5, but that bishop is simply hanging. But our rook is hanging as well. So first we give up the rook and then we win. Okay, all good, all good, all good. Um. Okay. Okay, white has to win, okay? And we have to queen this. So how can we do it? Okay, okay. I think this one is very nice, very nice. So if you just remove the king to f1, okay, he will play rook to d1. Sorry, c8. Sorry, if you move the king to c8, rook will come to d1 and take the pawn. So the bishop is not enough to win. So what we have to do, we have to have a little bit of foresight. So how do we solve it? We can bring the king here. If we bring king to c7, then he'll pin the pawn and we can't win. So there's really a beautiful idea of bringing the bishop to d6. And that way, the rook can't attack the pawn from either ways. And that's a very, very pretty idea. Okay, he's trying to bring the rook again to give check. So we can't move the king here for sure. If we move to c8, again he brings the rook. So we have to again stop it. Neve, very good that you solved it. Neve Patel, very good, very good. So now we bring the king to e8. If he brings the rook, we block this. Okay. Yeah, he's trying to block, but we use this bishop, which was like a powerhouse throughout. We put the bishop here and it wins. Um, okay. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, this one is very pretty, guys. Very pretty. Very pretty. If you can solve this, for sure, you have very good tactical vision. You have very good tactical vision if you solve this. So the thing is, if you look at it, the rook and the king, we have to fork it. So how can we do that? My first instinct was to bring the knight to d5 and attack the rook. But then the rook just moves to f7 and I don't see any way what to do in the afterwards. But there's a different way of attacking the rook. We can put the rook knight on d7 and okay, let's do that first. So if the rook had gone to f7 or e6, we could give a check and he cannot capture this pawn, remember, because it's a pin. So we can put the knight here or here, but he cannot capture it. So let's try to put the rook somewhere where it will be vulnerable. So let's play g3. Now the rook is vulnerable on g4 because if you remember, we can put the knight here. He cannot capture and the king is pinned. So we play knight e5 and then take the rook. And that's a win. Congrats to everyone who solved it. Excellent. Excellent, guys. Okay, I don't know how we got this puzzle. This looks... Wow. There's a thunder. There was a thunder again right now. So I think we should take this pawn. Okay, he has attacked. Okay, he's attacking our queen and the rook. So we have to be careful. Uh, okay, very simple, very simple. So we take the queen first. I think so. Yes. So now if we remove the rook will come and defend the bishop. So that doesn't work. Oh, what? I played a move by mistake. Oh, I played a move by mistake. I was explaining. Oh, it was a touch. It was an error. The solution was to take the rook and give 97 check. But I don't know how I misclicked something. Uh, oh, pity, pity, pity. But it happens. It happens. Anyways. The solution seems to be to give a check again. The king will move, and then we should try to bring the rook to b8. But we can't directly do it. So then we bring the knight to c6 and bring rook to b8. I feel that's the way. But I'm not so sure. Let's think. Let's think. Yeah. Yeah, that was like I don't know what by which piece even moved. I was explaining instead of right click, probably I pressed the left click. I don't really remember, but that doesn't really matter. Hmm. Anyways, it's all chill. I think this is the move, and we bring the knight, and this rook is unavoidable. It will come to b8. Oh, okay. We have to be careful. We have to be careful because if we just bring the rook here, it's very dangerous. He will take a rook, knight takes rook, and then rook d8 will be a checkmate, back rank mate. So we have to be careful. We can capture the rook here, but then he'll take back. That doesn't really seem to help our case. So I feel we can just play any move to remove the back rank, but then rook d5 attacks the queen. No. Okay, let's think what to do, what to do. Hmm. Thank you for the nice comments. Yeah, I feel I should just take the rook. I'll just take the rook. Who cares? Yeah, that was the solution. Oh, this one is super pretty, guys. This one is super pretty. Very, very pretty. Uh, the hint is Bote's Gambit. The hint is Bote's Gambit. Uh, this one is like a perfect puzzle to end the stream on, actually. So those who don't know, Alexandra, she always likes to give queen sacrifice. That's her thing. How can you do it here? So the only way right now where you can actually create problems for black is, okay, if you give the queen now, he'll just take it. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So first we open up the king's position. So we play knight f7, king takes back, and now the only way to give a check is to bring the bishop here. Bishop comes to c4, and now in the end we give the queen. Sorry, we never give the king. Okay, I take back. We never give the king. We give the queen. We play queen to takes h6. If black takes, then bishop h6 is checkmate. And I think that's the solution. Looks pretty good to me. Queen h6. Okay, he moves the bishop because he wants to run away. But I don't think we allow him to run away. We can give a check and then take this pawn. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Okay, all good, all good. So guys, I think should we solve more? I'll try to solve last few months as fast as I can, but there's not really much time. But okay, let's see. Uh, I have to attack the pawn on the f2 somehow. Like remove the knight someplace where he doesn't have. Yeah, I mean, what to do? 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 Mm, what to do? 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 So the problem is I don't know where to remove my knight because it can't really go there. If I put the knight here, he will just give a check, but then I have rook at 6. Oh, okay. I think knight to d4 has to be the move, in my opinion. In my opinion, that has to be the move. I'm not sure, but as Adiban would say, what the hell, let's go for it anyways. The thing is, you have to put the knight on d4 because you disconnect the rooks. You attack the rook as well as queen f2. I'll do it. Yeah. Queen h5 is a mistake. I think now I can just play rook h6, attack the queen, and the rook is also attacked. Yeah, if I just take the rook, now it's winning. Okay. 51, guys. GG. It would have been 52 if it was not for the mouse click, but all good. Um, I hope you learned something and it was slightly instructive in some way and it helps your calculation and your chess. That was the aim. I was trying to explain it really, really slowly as much as I could. And even it's funny actually, even now that I'm saying the outro before ending the stream, I am indirectly calculating the moves and I see the moves. Despite not even trying to calculate, I just automatically see it. For example, I see that the queen is coming to g2, it's checkmate, and I push the pawn and then take the rook. That has to be the solution. So, I mean, yeah, it's somehow when you solve so many puzzles, it becomes what to say, subconsciously, even you solve the problems. So, you play queen d4, takes, and you solve it. Okay. Uh, that was it, guys, for today. See you later. Thank you so much for the nice messages. GG is good game basically. So when you win a game, you just say GG, WP, well played, kind of. But yeah, okay. Thank you. Bye bye. See you. See you. Bye bye.